Welcome back to the Castro Valley News live show. I owe you guys 4 minutes tonight. That new camera does not want to work with Facebook Live. So let's jump right into the roll call. Good evening to Mary. Hope you're doing well. And also, if you are not familiar with the show, my name is Roberto. This is Castro Valley News Live. This is the live show that we do on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Good evening to Michael. Hope you're doing well. Good evening to Cali Life. Hope you are doing well as well. Good evening to Maggie. Yes, I am late. Good evening to Dawn. And good evening to Barbara. And I apologize for my tardiness. That camera does not want to work. Good evening to Kimberly. Hope you're doing well. Whoa, I'm falling behind in the comments here. Oh, Maggie, thank you so much. Maggie's tagging Satinder, Tina, Lupe, Monette. Thank you so much. Hey, good evening to Dennis. Maggie is also tagging Jack. Bob says 21 days to episode number 100. Good evening, Bob. I hope you're doing well, sir. This is episode 94. It's actually pretty cool. I am excited. There is something funny, not funny. Something interesting going on. Good evening to Eileen. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, guys. I just, as we're speaking, I got one of those weird texts. That is. Hey, good evening, Corey. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season, my friend. So I thought it might have been from one of you guys listening, but I just got one of those wacky texts and thank you. Cali Life is tagging AZ, and as always, Maggie, you are awesome. Maggie is tagging tons and tons of people. Sylvia, Lygia, the real estate girls with the curls. I love their name. Every time that comes up, I love it. Maggie is also tagging Margaret. Wait a minute. Barbara sent 500 stars. Thank you. And it's the applause icon, which is awesome. So now that we're talking stars, I give you the in and out. The in and out. Oh, that's not the inside and out. That sounded terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I will give you the 411, the information on stars. So if you click the link here near where the thread is, there's a little thing where you can go ahead and you can send stars. It's a cool way that you can support us monetarily. And let me give you kind of a breakdown price-wise for stars. So 45 stars is 99 cents. 530 stars is $9.99. 3,000 stars, $49.99. So the cool thing is Meta/Facebook. They are, good evening to Jean. Don is tagging Rob and Jim. Thank you. Cali Life is also tagging Sheena. Don also tagged Richard. So I'm up to speed here. Yes, so for the next, I think, month, Facebook is doubling our stars. They will be matching every star donation during all of our live streams here on Facebook. And it is awesome. We would love to encourage you to support us through Facebook stars. Facebook gets 1 cent per star. We get all of the rest. They are now doubled by Facebook. So, good evening, Paulette. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic post-holiday season. Bob says, I need Ed McMahon to help your star search. And oddly enough, I almost just did an Ed McMahon laugh. That's the Ed McMahon laugh right there. Bless his heart. So right there, Paulette just sent 200 stars, and like I just said, the cool thing about the stars, Paulette's 200 stars just turned into 400 stars, and like Bob had mentioned last time, I don't want this to turn into like a PBS pledge drive, but I do definitely want to let you know the stars thing works. We get the checks, not checks. There's a notification that your stars money is making its way to us. We just got a notification. I think it was yesterday. So if you're buying stars for us, we're getting that money and we're getting the love. And I totally appreciate that. So I'll give that to you one more time right here. There you go. Holy moly. Maggie just sent 1,000 stars and the little flower icon. Maggie, thank you so much for all that you do to make this show awesome in so many ways. Maggie, thank you so much. And Maggie's 1,000 stars just turned into 2,000 stars. Thanks to Maggie. Thank you so much, Maggie. You are awesome. Hey, Vicky, how are you? Good to see your face on the live stream. I hope you have had a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you are doing wonderful, Vicky. Welcome to the show again. So I'll give you this one more time. Oh, yes, I will let you know. Oops, let me get my phone a little bit closer to me. The call text in line is open. Feel free to call or text 510-331-9112. If you have a question, comment, complaint, confession, that's the number, 510-331-9112. So getting back to this wacky text that I just got, and this is the beauty of the live show. Maggie, thank you so much. You are awesome. So yes, I don't know if you guys are getting these. Whoa, so this is a text coming from what appears to be an anonymous AOL account that came to my cell phone and 16 other phone. Good evening, Ross. Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome to the show. Let me see. Don, I love you. So I'm not sure if you guys are getting these texts like I've been getting. So this came from an anonymous, what looks like it's an anonymous AOL account. And who has AOL anymore? I'm sorry, I haven't heard that mentioned in a long time. But it's sent out from what is definitely an anonymous AOL account to my phone number and 16 other phone numbers. And it says it's a WordPress website, but I am extremely dubious. So anyways, those things are wacky. Don't click on those links if you get them. It seems like it's someone somewhere fishing for some information. And also, since we're talking about like wacky spam things, I mentioned this once before that those phone calls that you get, those robocalls that your car warranty has been expired. I got one of those today, and I answered the phone, and it said, usually it's like an automated thing. It says something like press 9 to be removed or do this. But one of the prompts was press 1 to speak to, good evening, Mac. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year to you. So I got this phone call today, and it was from Chicago. And normally I don't answer the phone, but this time I kind of knew what it was, so I answered it. And I think I told you guys that I've done this before. So I answered the phone, and it's an automated thing. Hey, Dustin, welcome back to the show. Hope you're doing well, sir. So, Barbara says she gets these scam things every day. It's been a minute for me, so I figured, I'll answer and I'll play. I don't know. I'll play along with the ruse The charade. Jean says she gets one with 20 phone numbers attached and you cannot delete them from your phone. That's right. Normally when those come in, if it's a link from an anonymous email or a phone number that I don't know, I'll just go ahead and block the number. And I should show you, I've got a lot of blocked numbers on my phone because the spam calls, the scammers, I just block their phone number in the hopes that I won't get a call from them again. But you know, they are these folks, these scammers, these spammers, they're clever. So getting back to the phone call today, went ahead and answered it, and it's that automated thing, and it says your car warranty is out, and we've tried reaching you by mail, and this is your final notice to extend your car warranty. So I press 1 to speak to someone, and this is actually kind of entertaining because the person who answered was obviously like a home phone line, which I understand during the pandemic, a lot of people are working from home. So that situation is not so odd. Don says he gets those calls too, but he's glad because he's lonely. Don, I'm going to come by your shop tomorrow, and I'm gonna bring you some love if you're lonely. I think you'll be open tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'm gonna come by and you won't be lonely tomorrow. I will spend some time with you. Some wonderful quality time talking to Don over at One Bad Apple Records. This is not an ad. One Bad Apple Records is across the street from Pete's Ace Hardware. Don's an awesome guy. I've known him for a ton of years. He's all heart. He's a super, he's a gentleman who is a gentleman, and he's a sweetheart. So the robocall from the people who were urgently trying to get a hold of me because my car warranty has expired. My car is from 1969, so I get a kick out of asking these people, how can you extend the warranty on my 1969 Ford? Would you like to do that? Anyways, the lady, I said, I have a very old car. Can you extend the warranty? She said no. And I said, well, please, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but could you please remove my phone number from your list? She said she would. I doubt that is the fact. But anyways, the number she called from I blocked. So that's long story short with that. We're still doing the roll call. If there's anybody who wants a shout out, post up a comment and I'll give you a shout out. I'm really glad to see Dustin on the show. I'm super. I am ecstatic. I am full to brimming inside with the emotions of joy and merriment and mirth that Dawn is back on the show. We were gonna. Oh, Michael is asking, what am I drinking tonight? It's just water. It's just water. Like every show. Every show, it's just water. So with that said, also, yes, definitely, if you are listening, you want a shout out, post up a comment. I'll give you a shout out. I won't mention your last name because I definitely respect people's right to privacy. So let me just look through the thread one more time, make sure I didn't miss anybody in the roll call because I think I said I gave a shout out to Mac. If I didn't, I'm giving another shout out to you, Mac. Welcome to the show. And yes, the call text in line is open, 510-331-9112. Most people are super comfortable texting, which is cool. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people like to call in. They're bashful. I totally can feel that sentiment because when we first started the show, I think we did we did a lot of shows where we were audio only because I just felt like doing video was going to detract from the conversation. I was horribly wrong. Ross says, if you are ever successful, let us know. We have a 1969 bug that could benefit from an extended warranty. I love that. And I love even more, Ross, that you guys own a 1969 vehicle. And I've seen it. It's still on the road. I love it. For those of you playing along at home, 1969 was probably the best year for any vehicle, bar none. That is That is the most popular year for vintage classic vehicles. Meredith, thank you for the 50 stars. You are awesome, but you know that. You know that. You are special. You are something else, Meredith. Thank you so much. So I'll give you the reminder again, since someone just sent in 50 stars. Thank you again, Meredith. Meredith's 50 stars turns into 100. And Peggy, welcome to the show. I'm giving you a shout out. Welcome to the show. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Hope your new year is plentiful and bountiful with happiness and joy. So yes, Peggy says true, and I'm assuming too that being 1969 being the best year for cars. Yes. So yes, getting back to the stars, there's a little icon here. You can send us stars. Meta/Facebook, it's 1 cent per every star you send us. We get the rest. It adds up. It's awesome. Castro Valley News. We are a business. We have dogs to feed. My dog is back there. Oops, you probably can't see him. And we have rents to pay. So with that said, if you'd like to send us stars, you can click it right here. We would love to. You don't have to. We love you just the same, stars or not. So with that said, we're 10 minutes away from the Midway giveaway. And I do have, I just dropped it. If you're not familiar with who they are, I'm using a different camera, so you probably can't see this so well. There you go. Devout Coffee. They are they have it's like a RV. It's a black RV that is parked next to the Lake Chabot Public Market on Lake Chabot Road. This coffee kicks. Cali Life sent 50 stars. So Cali Life's 50 stars turns into 100. Cali Life, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate your support. I got to do this every time someone sends stars. If you are interested in supporting us, click the stars link. Whatever you send, Meta is doubling. These stars add up. It's like I said, we just got it's a bank notification of the stars that came up, and it's awesome. The fact that Meta is doubling it, the fact that you guys are so generous and awesome to send stars, makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and I'm being sincere. It's awesome. Mary said, yes, the coffee at Devout is good. It's great. It's going to give you some kick, and it's got flavor. Eileen just sent 100 stars. Thank you so much. Eileen's 100 stars turns into 200. I'm going to give you this every time someone sends stars. If you look right here, there's a stars icon link. They're not a lot of money. Eileen, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate the fact that you are on the show so often and offering so much good input and wonderful personality. You guys are awesome. So when it comes to the stars, 45 stars, 99 cents. 145 stars is $2.99. You get the drift. Maggie says, haven't tried them. I love Pete's and I'm a big time addict. I hear, I know there's a lot of people who are super, super dedicated to Pete's. Don just sent 50 stars, and Don's 50 turned into 100. Paulette just sent 200 stars, and somewhere I can sense Bob is cringing because it's turning into the stars parade again. But without the support from you guys, we are nothing. And like I said, Castro Valley News is a business, and we're trying to pay rent, and we're trying to make this thing work in a business sense. So Paulette, thank you so much for the 200 stars. You are awesome. And I'm going to, Dustin just sent 530 stars. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Dustin. You guys are awesome. I'm going to give you the spiel here. Don just sent another 50 stars. Thank you, Don. You are awesome. Dustin, thank you. Thank you so much, Dustin. I appreciate your generosity. So I give you this one more time. I'll try to be as fast as possible. If you click right here, you can access the stars. Wow. Oh my goodness. Paulette, that is wild. Paulette just sent me a picture of me And this is frightening. It's me on it. It's like the biggest TV screen I've ever seen in my life. That's awesome, Paulette. Thank you for sending that over. Don just sent another 50 stars. Thank you, Don. Cali Life says, love coffee, no creamer or sugar, all natural. Yeah, that's the only way to drink coffee, my friend. There you go. Paulette loves Devout, so good. It was my first time trying Devout, and I had heard a lot of good things about them, and it's not hype. They're good. I had what's called an Americano because they were out of their whatever they do, their drip, whatever house coffee that they usually have. They were out of. And I'm going to tell you, I used to be a barista, which is a person who makes coffee on an espresso bar. For those of you who don't know what a barista is. Hey, moderator, is barista our $2 word, our fancy pants word for the night? I just changed the category. It's the fancy pants word. It's no longer the $2 word. It's the fancy pants word. So I used to be a barista at Frodo Joe's on Hesperian, made coffee for a couple of years. And I'll let you know, if you are ever a barista at a coffee shop, believe it or not, you will actually get tired of coffee. It happens. When I was hired, they told me that was going to happen. And I was like, nah, there ain't no way I'm going to get tired of coffee. I got tired of coffee quick. Whoa. Cali Life says their drink of no. Maggie says her drink of choice is 7 shots of espresso. That's a lot. Wow. Maggie, that's a lot of caffeine. I can't even do 2 shots these days. But Mary says, love Frodo Joe's crepes. Funny story is, I left Frodo Joe's before they started doing the crepes. They changed hands and they expanded to more food options. I wish I was there when they did the crepes, because I would love to be one of the people to create the crepes, a crepe creator. Bob says, I don't drink coffee, but I stop at Devout to get lattes for his wife. Really like Michaela, all nice people. Definitely. The gentleman who was there when I was there was super nice and super knowledgeable. Don also just sent in 340 more stars, so my math is terrible. That's actually not that bad. 680 stars. Don, thank you so much. You are awesome. And if you are not familiar with the deal when it comes to the stars, you can click the little doodad here and send us stars. And for every star that you send, Meta gets 1 cent, we get the rest, and it does add up. It's really cool. It's awesome, and I appreciate every time you guys send stars, and I appreciate everyone who's watching and listening. And Janella, good evening to you. Thank you for the 200 stars, which actually turns to 400 thanks to Meta doubling all the stars that people are sending in. So again, if you click right here, there's a little star thing. You can definitely send us some stars. For every star that you purchase, Meta gets 1 cent. We get the rest. And it seems this is going to annoy Bob, and I'm sorry, but I love you, Bob. It seems like I should do the star thing like Robin Leach. For every star you send, Facebook gets 1 penny. We get the rest. Thank you. Sorry, that was super silly. Michael says his foster parents had a 1950 Studebaker. Ooh, that's a nice car. And also, Michael adds they passed away in 2010 and 2011. I'm super sorry for your loss, Michael. I know you were very close to your foster parents, and I tip my cap to your foster parents, because you're an awesome guy, and they raised you well. You're a gentleman who's a gentleman, and Michael, I miss seeing you at Safeway all the time. So, Michael, sending you some love to Amador County from your hometown of Castro Valley. With that said, we're super, super close to the Midway giveaway. I wanted to mention something before we get to the Midway giveaway. Yes, this is also definitely on the list. I want to mention to you guys that the Alameda County Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission this Thursday, January 6th, that is 2022, at 3:30 p.m. This is going to be a virtual meeting only. There will be no public attendance. I'm going to ask our moderator to go ahead and find the information for this online. So if you go to Alameda, I'll just give it to you right now because I have to do it again because I goofed and closed. Oh, Bob says one of his first cars was a '58 Chevy Bel Air, beautiful car. That would be a high five-figure car now. Those things are beautiful and rare. So now that I just pulled up the agenda one more time, so all you have to do is go to acgov.org and look up the Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission this Thursday, January 6th, 2022, 3 p.m. This is the online meeting. They will be considering a resolution regarding the preservation of the old Castro Valley Library. This is a potential action item. Oh, Don says he had a 1968 bug. Yes, there you go. Michael, I appreciate your invitation to come up to Amador County someday. I might just take you up on that. From what I hear, it's beautiful up there. So I give you that one more time. Also on the agenda, they will be considering the demolition of the Nike missile site, which will be I believe it's at the top of the hill. That's the old golf ball. But more important is, and I'll give you that one more time, and I think our moderator is looking for the Zoom webinar information for that. If we don't get that posted for you, I'll post it up later in the comments here. All you have to do is go to acgov.org, look up Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission. They will be considering a resolution regarding the preservation of the old Castro Valley Library. That is the red building that is on Redwood Road. They will be considering, again, a resolution supporting the preservation of that building. And if that actually goes through, which I anticipate it will, that building will be under Alameda County Historical Preservation Protections, which means it cannot be significantly altered without an extensive public process. It also cannot be demolished without a similar extensive public process. So, and I'm gonna give you some complete full disclosure after I take a sip of water. Guys, I used to work at that building. Hey, Jessica, good evening to you. Jessica just sent 100 stars. I'm going to send Jessica a virtual hug. I've known Jessica for a lot of years. I love you, Jessica. You are a wonderful friend and a great person. Thank you so much. So Jessica's 100 stars turns to 200. You can click the link here and you can support Castro Valley News in a monetary way. You don't have to, but if you do, it would be awesome. Thank you again, Jessica. I love you, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, and I hope your new year is amazing. So getting back to, thank you again, Jessica. I love you. You're awesome. So getting back to the old Castro Valley Library, I need to give you full disclosure. There you go. Thank you. Our moderator just unearthed the Parks Commission meeting details for Thursday's meeting, where they will be discussing the former library building on Redwood Road. From what their conversations have been during their last meeting, I think in last month, it sounds like Richard says, I walk to the the Nike missile a lot. What's going on with it? They're considering demolishing the golf ball location, which is at the top of the Fairmont Ridge. It's currently a lot of transmission. There's a lot of radio antennas up there. So where the golf ball used to be, there's a lot of buildings up there. They're considering demolishing that. But getting back to the Thursday, 3:30 p.m., click on the link for acgov.org and get dialed into what's happening with the preservation of the Castro Valley Library, the former Castro Valley Library on Redwood Road. Richard sent in 530 stars. Thank you, sir. So your stars that you just graciously and generously just sent in will be doubled. So if you click the stars link right here and you feel like you like what you see here on Castro Valley News and during the live show, you can support us in a monetary way by sending stars. You don't have to, but if you do, it would be awesome and greatly appreciated. Oh, we got to do the Midway giveaway. Thank you again, Richard. I appreciate the stars and everybody else. Eileen, yes, you just mentioned something that I was going to mention as well. They will not be speaking about Del Cafe. It's not on the agenda for that meeting. I'm hoping it will be on one in the near future. As soon as that happens, I'll let you guys know. Eileen, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna say that. But Richard wonderfully interrupted me by sending 530 stars. Yes, I've heard nothing about Del Cafe being on the preservation, the Parks, Recreation, and Historical. Let me say it correctly. It's the Historical Preservation Committee. I think I got that right. I think I was close. So tonight's $20 gift card is to Devout Coffee. They are located right next to the Lake Chabot Public Market. Before I get to this, and I know I'm super late, I'm a couple minutes late anyways, I want to mention again, I really want to tip my cap to the people. His name is Hans. It's the Cho family. To the folks who stepped up to bat and revitalized and revamped and refurbished that market on Lake Chabot Road. It's across from the community center park. It's amazing. It looks remarkable. It's basically, the floor plan really hasn't changed much except for the addition of all the food kiosks that they have there. There's Mama Cho's barbecue. There's Poke Eatery. There is an ice cream spot. I can't think of the name. There's a ramen place. With Chef Igor, I think we've reviewed every place in there. So I should know the names, dang it. But if you would like to, go to our YouTube channel and just look up Lake Chabot Public Market, and you can find all the reviews that Chef Igor has done for all of the food kiosks at the Lake Chabot Public Market. I can't say enough of how awesome it's been. I mean, we have the other market that's on the boulevard. That's wonderful too. And that place was sat empty for so long as well. Thank you, Bob. Milk and Cookie Bar. That's the ice cream spot there. And if you don't go and check out the Milk and Cookie Bar, you're missing out on some deliciousness. So yes, there is Milk and Cookie Bar. There is Mama Cho's Korean barbecue. Welcome to the show, Karen. Karen says, can't believe it's Tuesday night again. Hello to you, Karen. Hope you are having a wonderful and prosperous new year. And still, Karen, I have nothing new when it comes to Cliff Burton Day, but you can expect something about in regards to that sometime soon. Janella says quickly. I don't think it's quickly, but it's a boba place, and it's good boba. Janella also says Mama Cho's is so good. We did a review at Mama Cho's, and they do it's Oakland. Is it Kalbi, the Kalbi sandwiches. I'm probably saying it wrong because I'm a vegetarian and I'm totally out of the loop. But we did a review and Igor tried those sandwiches and he loved them. It's good stuff. And I also want to mention T4 Boba. Thank you, Paulette. And I'm having a flashback of that photo that you sent of me, Paulette, on this gigantic screen. It's frightening that you see me in a big screen. But so yes, Devout Coffee. If you've never tried them before, their coffee is good. It's got the caffeine in it. And getting back to what I was mentioning, they were out of their house blend. So the gentleman, he's a great barista. He made me what's called an Americano, and I'll let you know what an Americano is. It's the Italian way. It's the Italians' way of making coffee on an espresso bar. So basically, you pull two shots, and two shots are in the cup, and then you put hot water on top of it, so that the water kind of dilutes the two espresso shots in there. It's the closest thing to like a drip coffee that the Italians would make for you. I guess they could probably do like a pour over or a press, something like that. But yes, Karen says, you're so awesome. Thank you for remembering about Cliff Burton Day. It's so awesome to work at the high school and see the students wearing Metallica shirts. Might have said that to you before, but it brings back so many memories. And when I get to share my story with the students, when I have a second, they're blown away. Karen is mentioning, and that's totally awesome. And I'm gonna go completely off track here. Karen is talking about Cliff Burton Day, which is something that Castro Valley News started to honor Cliff Burton, who graduated from Castro Valley High. So it's totally cool that Karen works at Castro Valley High. She sees students wearing Metallica shirts. And if you don't know who Cliff Burton is, he's actually Metallica's second bass player. Their original bass player was Ron McGovney, who left shortly after the band got together. Cliff Burton was the reason that Metallica came from Los Angeles to the Bay Area, because Cliff Burton was that freaking awesome. So there you go. It's totally cool. We also had, I think Cliff Burton 2 was at the high school the second year that we did that. So Karen, I share your enthusiasm and joy for the whole, the full circle that surrounds Cliff Burton Day and Castro Valley High. But I will definitely get with Nicholas this week and see what we can come up with when it comes to, there you go. That's awesome. Our moderator just said our reason for the season, Cliff Burton, and I get to see an awesome picture of Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton, who is also known as the Major Rager. Get to see a picture of the Major Rager right there in the Wikipedia link there. So I'm super late, but the show started late anyways. So the gift card tonight, Devout Coffee, they got good stuff. They know their stuff too. So tonight's Midway giveaway is, and let me give you the kind of hard and fast rules. That's another horrible entendre I did there. Let me give you the rules when it comes to the Midway giveaway. The first person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins that $20 Devout Coffee gift certificate. And Devout, they are based in Niles, so they are local. They also are located in Castro Valley, so over by the Lake Chabot Public Market. And Hans, if you're listening, you hit a grand slam with what you did at the Lake Chabot Public Market. I love it. It used to be Handy Andy's Pascarella. That was another Midway giveaway trivia question that we did some time ago. So tonight's Midway giveaway. Oh, Michael is asking, any word on renaming Castro Valley High School football field? There was a coach, and I can't think of his name, but they were going to, it was floated. Coach Brosnan. I'm glad I took that that moment of reflection because his name came to me. Michael brings that up. I want to answer your question. The school district have a naming committee together, and they are exploring the option of the what, where, when, why, and how they could commemorate someone by name at the Castro Valley High football field. Coach Brosnan was one of the biggest names that came up. This committee is going to be exploring that option, seeing how they can do that, see who it should be named after. So long story short, Michael, that is something that is in the works. I haven't heard anything new about that. But since you mentioned that, I will reach out to contact that I have with the school district, and I will check with them to see what is the status on that. And I'll get back to you Saturday with some information on that. Thank you, Michael, because you just gave me something for the list Saturday. So without further delay, the Midway giveaway, which is late. Sorry. You got a text. The first person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins this gift card. You have to text it in. If you post it in the comments, it's great that you have the right answer, but it doesn't count. Only texted answers are eligible to win $20 Devout Coffee. Good stuff. Good coffee. So, name the coffee shop, and this is a coffee related question. Name the coffee shop that was in the Castro Valley Village between the new bakery, which is always yours, and Vitality Bowls. And Bob's a Weisenheimer tonight. You have to text the correct answer to the question, Bob. I love you, Bob. That was awesome. So I give you the question. Name the original coffee shop that was between the bakery, which was Lime Leaf Thai before the bakery. It's always yours bakery now. And Vitality Bowls. That was before the expansion. So before one of the expansions or renovations that they did at the village, where Vitality Bowls is now and where Always Yours, there was a building there. And this place closed as part of that expansion, that renovation. So name the Castro Village coffee shop that was located between Always Yours Bakery and Vitality Bowls. First person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins. And you got to text it in. 510-331-9112. You have to text it in. Texted in answers only will be honored. Technically Bob won, but I love you, Bob. You're awesome. Wow. A lot of people are stumped. Don got it. Right on. Congratulations, Don. The correct answer is Pryor's. It was Pryor's Coffee. Pryor's Coffee Shop. Don, you won. Stop guessing. So there you go. So this is doubly awesome. So Don won. The correct answer is Pryor's. Pryor's Coffee was located between, and I'm giving you the businesses that are there now. The businesses there now are Always Yours Bakery and Lime Leaf Thai. That building used to be continuous, and I think I don't remember. I wasn't around for the why, but they knocked out that building there so that there would be more. I'm assuming more room to drive through, and people weren't blocked off in there. So Don, you won. I will bring this to you tomorrow, and when I bring you this card, I will also bring you. Since you're lonely, I'm going to bring you that companionship and some love. Adulation. Some companionship and adulation. Congratulations, Don. That was a good one. And it was coffee related. It was related to the Midway giveaway that we're doing. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone in the comments here, so I don't miss anyone. Annette, welcome to the show. Annette, you had the correct answer, but it had to be texted in. So I've never seen Annette in here on the show. So welcome to the show, Annette, and thank you for answering. Don says he wants a snuggle. I can bring you some of the snuggle fabric softener. Is that what you're talking about? So let's go to, I'm going to go to the list and I'm going to cross some stuff off. We did the library at that. We did that. Yes. Oh, I am remiss in my duties because it is my pleasure and my joy and my duty to let you know that the Midway Giveaway was brought to you by Forester.org. And special thanks to our tonight's sponsor, Forester.org. They are a local nonprofit with a mission to reforest urban communities. You can learn more about all the wonderful programs they are doing in our community at Forester.org. That's Forestr.org. That was almost a jingle. And since we're talking about Forester, I want to let you know something else that Forester is doing in town. This is super cool. This is amazing. Yes, let me pull this up here. In addition to all of the cleaning and greening things that Forester does in town, they also do plant and seed giveaways. Forester, they are doing a seed sharing library at the Castro Valley Library. And this is going to be a whole thread here. I can see this all unfolding in advance. So we're going from thanking Forester for being the Midway Giveaway sponsor to letting you know this is not part of their advertisement. I'm just telling you because this is super, super cool. So all you need to do is if and when you're going to the Castro Valley Library on Norbridge, if you go to the reference desk, which is where the librarian is, ask them to see the seed sharing library. So if you are planting things at home and you happen to have seeds from some of the things that you are planting, like I had a tomato plant here that was a volunteer tomato plant that was amazingly robust, and the tomatoes were huge, huge beefsteak tomatoes. I took one of the tomatoes and I dried out the seeds to replant them. I haven't replanted them yet. It's been a minute, and my mom is listening somewhere, and she's like, "You never did that," and I never did. I still have the seeds in my cupboard, but one of these days I'm going to remember, and I'm going to replant these wonderful volunteer tomato seeds that were in the yard here. But so if you are like me and you dried some of those seeds for the future, or if you just have vegetable or plant seeds that you like and you would like to bring them to the seed sharing library, you can do that at the Castro Valley Library. There are seeds there in advance for the exchange at the seed library. But I mean, this is totally cool. You can definitely, but please choose no more than 5 varieties to borrow at one time. And each seed packet at the seed library has enough seed to start 3 to 5 plants. You can plant your seeds, enjoy your garden. There's a wealth of books on gardening for all sizes and types of gardens at the library. So you can get, acclimated to how to grow these seeds that you have chosen and the proper ways to grow these seeds and to take care of your plants, which is important. And then once you've saved seeds from your plants, you can bring some of the labeled seeds back to the library to perpetuate the collection and assure a variety of choices for next year's crop. Whoever thought this up is a freaking genius. This is so cool. This is so cool. And Janella just tagged Micaiah. So I'll give you that one more time. Castro Valley Library, the new library on Norbridge Avenue, seed sharing library. It's cool. It just started today and the library is open. So all you have to do is just go to the reference desk where the librarian is and ask to see the seed sharing library. They will have that, I think it's a box that has some seeds in it already. But if you're listening at home and you have some of your own seeds, maybe you've got some seeds that aren't expired that you would like to, that you just haven't gotten to yet, and you would like to share, you can bring them to the seed sharing library. You can also pick up some seeds and do some planting of your own. And that is, it's from the Alameda County Library, the Castro Valley Library. They agreed to work with Forrester on this, and it's the brainchild of Forrester, Forrester.org. And this is just, it's so cool. It's fun. It's awesome. So one more wonderful reason to visit our library. And now that we're talking about the library on Norbridge, this makes me sad. This bummed me out because I just saw this today. I think it was last week sometime we gave away during the Midway Giveaway gift certificates to the Friends of the Library bookstore. I think that went to Dennis. And Dennis, if you're listening, you're going to have to hang on to those gift cards for a while, because unfortunately, due to what's happening with Omicron, with the variant, the surge. I'll just read to you what the Friends of the Library said in their post. Due to the current surge in COVID cases and the new Omicron variant, we have made the decision to temporarily close the Friends of the Castro Valley Library bookstore. While the library remains open, the bookstore will be closed effective Tuesday, January 4th. Today, they hope to be able to open again by the beginning of February, but that will depend on the situation. And this is kind of important right now to make note of. They will not be able to accept any donations of books during the closure. Please hold on to your donated books until they are open again. Happy New Year to all of you. They look forward to seeing you again when they reopen. If you follow this show, you will know I love that bookstore. I love that library. I really I love that bookstore so much. And it's heartbreaking for me because after being closed for the entire pandemic, which is last year now, over a year, that bookstore was closed all that time, and they just reopened November 1st, and they are closed again. But they will reopen again. Don says, "Bring all your vinyl records to One Bad Apple." Yes. As a side note, if you are thinking of bringing vinyl records to the books of the Friends of the Library bookstore, they do not accept vinyl, so definitely bring them to Don over at One Bad Apple Records. But it's a drag for me because I love that little bookstore. I think it's one of many gems that we have in our community that definitely deserves a whole lot more attention. They get tons, and I shouldn't tout it because you can't go there now until February, but mark your calendar right now for the first week of February to go to the Friends of the Library bookstore in the library. They have so many wonderful, great things. They have books that are on the New York Times bestseller list that people have donated. They have CDs, they have DVDs, they have tons of kids' books. The children's section at that bookstore is super, super popular. They have biographies, they have large print books, they have sci-fi stuff, they have, you name it, they've got it. It's a wonderful resource for the library. And the cool thing about the Friends of the Library bookstore is that all of the money that they raise from that store goes directly to purchasing materials and programs at the library bookstore. I'm bummed. I'm stammering because I'm bummed because I love that little bookstore. Let me cross that off. Friends of the bookstore. What I'm going to start doing. That's a seed library too. What I'm going to start doing is, instead of ending the show at an hour, I'm going to go through the entire list, even if that goes over an hour, because I don't, a lot of times if I try to carry topics to the next show, they end up not being as topical. And I think I owe you guys more time to go through the list that I prepared for the show. That seems fair for how generous you guys are with stars and how awesome you are supporting the show. I feel I owe you guys the amount of time to go through the entire list. There's a couple more things on the list. We have a caller, and I think I know who this is. Oh, let me put you on speaker.
To go through the entire list.
Mike, you got to turn the volume down on your computer.
I think I know who this is.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
Good.
So for people listening at home, this is Mike calling from Amador.
Hey, just want to let you know the Christmas village has gone nuts.
Right on.
Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
So I just wanted to say, you guys are awesome, and I miss all of you guys down in the Bay Area. Hope you guys could all come up here and see me.
Right on, Mike. Thank you for calling.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, that was Mike from Amador County. He used to live in Castro Valley a long time. He's a super awesome guy, and I'm glad he called. That was cool. That was super cool. So thank you again, Mike. I appreciate the call, and it's good to hear your voice. It's been a bunch of years since I've seen Mike, and Mike, I was friends with Mike a long time when he lived here in Castro Valley. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of heart. Thank you for calling, Mike. I appreciate it. So getting back to the list here, another thing that I wanted to mention that is on the list. Let me check the thread because there were some comments that I missed when I was talking to Mike. Bob says, overtime. Yes. Let me go back because Janella just sent 200 more stars. Thank you so much, Janella. You are awesome. I appreciate you so much. If you don't know who Janella is, Janella does a ton of stuff behind the scenes with the Chamber of Commerce, does a lot of fundraisers for the Chamber of Commerce, volunteers a lot of her time. Thank you so much, Janella, for all you do to make the show awesome and everything you do for the community. Janella's 200 stars just turned into 400 stars. Right here, there's a little clicky thing. It's an icon that you can click and you can send us stars. It's a monetary way that you can support our show and us, and we appreciate it. So one more time, click the thing for stars. You don't have to. We love you either way. Michael, thank you so much, Michael. Again, you're awesome, dude. I miss you a lot. You're a good person, and I appreciate the call. So I want to give you this. We posted something earlier today. If you drive up and down Castro Valley Boulevard at 8 a.m. on New Year's Day, that was a couple days ago, someone felt compelled to toss a brick through the window at Crush Comics. That is right next to the Chabot Theater, breaking one of their front windows. I would appreciate it. And this happened New Year's Day at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. in the morning. So this was not at night. This was, during the day. 8 a.m. Someone tossed a brick through the front window at Crush Comics, breaking one of their front windows. Please, if you saw this, 8 a.m. New Year's Day, let me give you the date. That's not the right thing. I want to give you the date. Well, of course, it's January 1st. Duh. Why am I not thinking about that? Tuesday. That was why I was looking. So Tuesday, no, pardon me. I'm taking that back. That was Saturday. So Saturday, January 1st at 8 a.m. If you happened to be in the neighborhood of where Crush Comics is, and you saw it was a male walking by and tossing a brick through Crush Comics, please call the Alameda County Sheriff's Office at 510-667-7721. they may, whoever saw this, I mean, Crush Comics has video so they can see who the person is. But if you saw this person, if you know who this person is, it'd be wonderful if we could maybe bring this person to justice and hold them culpable for their actions. Frankly, this pisses me off because the people at Crush Comics are awesome. It's Josh and his staff. It's Josh and his wife. Josh, they purchased Crush from Mike a couple years ago. They're local people. They're like everyone else. They are hurting. They may not be hurting, but they are affected just like everyone else by the pandemic and being closed during the shelter in place. And for someone to just casually walk by and toss a brick through any business anywhere sucks. It sucks. So please, if you were in the area of Castro Valley Boulevard near where the theater is at 8 a.m. New Year's Day, that was Saturday, and you saw someone tossing this brick through there, please call the Alameda County Sheriff's Office at 510-667-7721 and let them know. If you know who it was, if you saw who it was, please let them know. This is one of our local businesses that that happen to be our neighbors. It sucks. I don't like it. There's a lot of other people who don't like it. Even if you didn't see anything, I think it would be cool if you have a moment, just cruise into the shop, Crush Comics, and wave and say hello. Let them know that you care about them. So please, yes, there you go. 8 a.m. New Year's Day, someone tossed a brick into Crush Comics. If you happened to see it, and you know who the person is, please call the sheriffs, 510-667-7721. It would be great if we could hold this person accountable for that action. Okay. Yes, that was... Whoa. I can't cross two things off the list. A lot of people are going wild. Yeah, there you go. Don says, or on any camera's footage, even if you're a business across the street, if you have footage and you know who it is, Don says it perfectly. Let's catch that jerk. Perfect. I wanted to share something else that I saw with the other day. People are going wild for the COVID test. Everyone's looking for a COVID test. Saw this. There's a place that I think is co-sponsored by the Sheriff's Department. It's on Mission Boulevard, or is it East 14th? It's East 14th. Or is it Mission? It's right across from Bancheros. I think that's still East 14th. No, it's Mission. You need Dramamine for my geographic incorrectness here. Anyways, there's a place right across the street from Bancheros. It's technically in Cherryland. They call it maybe unincorporated Hayward, but it's a place where people were getting tested for COVID, and the line went from across from Bancheros all the way up, I believe it's still East 14th, and it went up Llewellyn to near where the crematorium is, near where Grissom's is. And the line was ridiculous. And it seems like that's what everyone is looking for. Okay, thank you, Barbara, for correcting me. Mission. And it went all the way around the corner, almost to St. Joachim's Church. And I can't think of the cross street there. But the line was just ridiculous for people looking to get COVID tests. Because my assumption would be that there were a lot of people who went out and did the New Year's thing, and now they're worried about whether or not they contracted COVID, or there are people trying to go back to school, or there are people trying to travel, and everyone needs that negative COVID test. Also, while we're talking about COVID tests, and yes, we're going over an hour, but I invented a new policy where whatever I write on the list for that night's show, I want to get through everything. Yes, Janella said it's Ashland. Okay, it's Ashland. Thank you, Janella. I appreciate that. So also, I heard this morning that there's a new, I'm going to say it silly. There's a new trend on the TikTok. There's a new trend on TikTok where there's a lot of people who are getting COVID tests, and it's being communicated that it's a lot of younger folks. They're taking their COVID test and putting it underwater. They're running the test underwater so that they test negative. So there's a lot of people up in arms because these COVID tests are being wasted by water, with water, but by being used with water, not the nasal swab that you're supposed to do. So that is the new trend on the TikTok. Like people say, it's on the, I saw it on the Facebook, or I saw it on what have you. I saw it on the MySpace. Oh, that just dates me right there. So there's that. If you happen to need a COVID test, good luck finding one. It's like finding a needle in a haystack these days. There's a lot of people who are after those things, and it might be best to not put yourself in a position where you need a test. Stay safe, guys. I know I do say things during the show that are kind of my own personal approaches when it comes to COVID. I am masked all the time, except not during the show because you can't hear me. But I never stopped wearing the mask. There you go. And Bob says, I saw it on Facebook, so it must be true. That is the downside of Facebook, because there's so many people who, and I'm gonna step on my soapbox here. I've done this before on this very same topic. But there are people who see things that look official. Oh my gosh, I have even seen complete bupkis, false stories that have been combined, maybe in Photoshop, with the logo of a local news agency. And those things have gone out and ended up going across social media, things that are just fabricated falsehoods. And coming from a news background, you can see that I'm almost crushing my cranium out of frustration that we've reached a point in society where just normal people who consume news have to double check stuff, because there's so much, I'm going to use the term, fake news. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to me because I'm trying to find things to share, or things, pieces of information to share with you guys, which should be double checked anyways. Any good journalist is going to double check, but to quadruple check now these days, because there's so many people who have agendas, and totally honest, some of those people with agendas are in the news. And that frustrates me even more, because I do news, and I know it's easy to say, I don't have an agenda. I do have an agenda. I want good things. I want fun things. I want honest things for my community. Fun things shouldn't be, under that umbrella, fun things should not be my agenda or my beliefs, or me trying to sway what you believe or what you feel is your truth, what is your truth, to be my truth. That's not my job. That is not the media's job. That's not any journalist who's worth anything. That's not their job. Our job is to to be fair, to not have, and I always say this, having a dog in this fight, or a horse in this race. And when I do, I give you full disclosure. I am partial to the library on Redwood Road because I work there. I do want it preserved because Castro Valley paid for it. When those things come up, I will definitely let you know in advance. Yes, I have skin in this game because of this. I will tell you in advance, because I owe that to you. When it comes to things like Cliff Burton Day, I went and I did footwork to make that happen, because it's something good that will enhance our community. When it comes to things like this person's running for this public office. It's not my place to say this person is bad. It's not my place to put any of those candidates on a higher pedestal, give them more exposure. There is a different situation when it comes to paid advertisements. If that is the case, and it has been the case in the past, I will let you know this is a paid ad. We did have the last, I think, 2 supervisor races. We did have ads from, I think, numerous candidates. I did let you know in advance. Making a long story short, it's not my place to Bob says I need to make some popcorn, so I'll catch you Saturday. CVN 100 is coming soon. Yes, thank you for that break in the action, Bob. I appreciate that, because I was really blathering about the fact that there are a lot of things that end up being put out on social media under the guise of fact, and they are not. And I think it pisses me off, because a lot of honest people, it's fooling a lot of honest people who believe these things, these memes, these whatevers are true. So be skeptical. Definitely be skeptical. And if you see something, double check a couple of sources. And yes, it's not my place to tell you what to do, even if it's double checking stuff. Oh man, I can't win. But anyways, you can win if you see something. If it's too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is. But anyways, mention that. The last thing on the list, Mom, I love you. I have some mom's critiques. So every Tuesday, I visit with my mom on over the weekend, and she gives me her feedback on the prior week's shows. And one tip that she gave me is she said, "You're super underlit." So I cranked up the light. Hopefully I'm looking better or more visible, and it doesn't look like I'm having a seance here. So that was one thing that Mom said. Yes, the lighting. And she also Mom, I'm sorry, I forgot the other thing you said. Anyways, the most important thing that she said was turn the lighting up, and I did that. Unfortunately, the better camera didn't work this week, but hopefully Saturday it will work. Anyways, guys, that's been an hour and 12 minutes. That's awesome. Don is saying Don made the request a couple times to crumble the paper and throw it over my shoulder. I'm going to uncrumble it in case you missed it. And there you go. It's in camera. It's in the shot even. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the stars. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for making the show amazing. As Bob mentioned, show 100 is coming up. I think it's the 25th. You can expect something extremely different, a little bit risky, might be goofy, but there's definitely going to be something different for the 100th show. Barbara says, have a great week, everyone. See everyone on Saturday. Yes. Guys, you are awesome. And as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. I hope you guys have a wonderful, prosperous, healthy week. And yes, we'll see you Saturday, 7 p.m. Same time, same channel. Yes, Michael, thank you for the phone call. That was awesome.